So one of my more common phrases at work refers to a Pbkac error, Pbkac. And that stands for problem between keyboard and chair. And I had a massive Pbkac error, and I didn't realize it until the January transfer window. So yeah, this season is going well. Next season, maybe not so good. My name's FM21, and this is the Red Devils Rising. There we go. Okay, so this is the problem. I am 6,000 euros over my transfer budget. And as a result, the players I want to sign, I can't because I can't afford them. Like, I tried bringing on Tom Kraus. He wanted a certain amount of money. I gave him less, and he thought about it and said no. And as a result, a lot of the players that have contracts expiring this season, which is essentially these guys to these guys, are all starting to get poached. And there's not a whole heck of a lot I can do about it. And we're looking at my starting left back, one of my best players, although he's getting a little bit older, a lot of my really good youth players, including Sakura, and players like that, and that is just I completely hurt myself. I mean, there's no two ways about it. We've still got a decent squad after that, but we need to stay up this season. And I think we are going to stay up this season. It's just, I've taken my scouting budget down to what I think, you know what, I may just end up having to do that. I got 65,000 euros left. That's the payroll budget. Let's check something out here. I want to sign, where'd he go? We'll choose a young character. Leon Sakura. He's got potential. Not a lot of potential, but he's got potential. And frankly, he's only 18 years old. And today's the official release of FM24, so the logos have changed, the kits have changed. I have this Iron logo pack I really like. I downloaded an FM18, so some of the newer logos may not be updated. But yeah, let's see what he wants. Future prospect, breakthrough prospect. He's on 500 euros now. He wants 675. And I can offer him that because the board is okay with that. If they weren't, it would be red and I would have to bring it down. So one of my problems is, like, I really like Mamadou Decore. I want to keep Mamadou Decore. I don't know that I can, because if I go to offer him a contract and he wants a raise and I don't have the money, I'm going to have to walk away. And if I walk away, he's going to get upset and not want to stay. And I've got some players with potential. Phineas Boniaga is one of those. Kevin Krause, I'd like to keep. Granted, he's getting up there in age. Redondo, I don't know. It's going to be... The good news is I've still got a solid squad, even if they leave. And the better news is, even if all these players do leave, it does clear up a lot of space. The even better news is we're currently 5th. After 18 games played, we're currently 5th. Lucas Rosser leads us with 15 goals, a 7.29 rating. Marlon Ritter, 7 assists. Lucas Rosser, 3 Players of the Match awards. Kevin Krause, 6 yellow cards. In our 18 matches played, our 31 goals are 6th best. Our 30 goals are 5th worst. I don't know that they fixed that. Let me see here. Goals against. They did fix that. Okay. All right, yellow cards. We got 17 yellow cards. This is actually kind of nice because we've got more points in yellow cards. I'm happy with that. One of the things I did was I changed formations. I prefer a two-striker formation, but at the same time, I wanted something that would kind of shake things up. So I went back a couple of FM versions and pulled out a formation that I used a little bit in FM17 and FM18. And I downloaded it, or I essentially copied it over and uploaded it and tweaked it for the new versions of FM. Welcome to the 5-3-2 Swiss Bolt. Van Beek as a libero, Takure and Kraus as ball-playing defenders on cover, Redondo and Shad as essentially attacking wingbacks because I'm playing this mostly on positive. Smith and Gennaro in the midfield, Ritter and Tuazi up top, although Redondo and I got a couple other players who can also play on the right. Spalvis is swapping out the roster. Freaking, this was annoying as hell. So I brought on Cherlinov from VfB Stuttgart as a loan, and they wanted him to play inside winger on the left. And I was playing him inside winger on the left. And twice the coach came to me and said, "You're not playing him in the proper position and in the proper place." I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And the third time, he's like, "You're still not playing him in the proper position, proper place." I'm like, he's got the last 4 games as inverted winger on the left. And they recalled him. And I don't know why. He was having a solid season for us. 9 games, 3 goals, 2 appearances. And he was getting a decent amount of game time. But holy cow, it's rare that I've had one player recalled during the course of a season. Having 2? This ain't your granddad's FM. So where were we last time? Last time it was Heidenheim and Bochum? Yeah, because it was the Pokal. So against Sandhausen, we lost 1-0. This was a bummer of a game, actually. We had our chances. We just could not make them work for us. It was one of those cases where we had more shots, but we had the same amount on target. And we had a possession advantage. But frankly, everybody had a subpar game. Spalvis was on a 6-1, Cherlinov is 6-4, Tuazi 6-4, Smith is 6-3. We picked a bad time to have a bad game. So we got ourselves right against Grossbach. We beat them 1-0 thanks to a Kleinstar goal in the 40th minute. And then against Nuremberg, we beat them 3-2. This was a comeback victory. We scored 3 goals in the second half after being down 2-0 in the first half. Spalvis a goal, Gennaro a goal, Roster a goal. Was a very good comeback. And then against Hamburger, we beat them 2-0. This was a good game. Spalvis had a penalty kick in the 4th minute. Kraus had a goal in the 86th minute. A banger of a shot. Everybody had a solid game. As you can see, this was me playing the Swiss Bolt here. Manzini was on a 7-7. The defenders were doing really good. Gennaro was on a 7-8. Spalvis on a 7-0. We had 15 shots, 6 on target. We're creating a lot of chances. Now, granted, a lot of them aren't necessarily going in the goal, but we're putting a lot of pressure on teams, even more than we did on the 4-2-4. And plus, with the 5 defenders back there, we're doing a little bit better defensively. I'm knocking my headphones all over the place. Let me put those back over here where they belong. Against Paderborn, Nabil Tuazi, a brace of goals in the 24th and 71st minutes. We beat them 2-0. And then against Erdogan, we drew 1-1. Tuazi had a goal in the 2nd minute. Temporal had a goal in the 65th minute. This was a game that we probably should have won. We had 11 shots, 4 on target, a decent possession advantage. We just could not put it together. Again, the 5-3-2 Swiss Bolt doing pretty well for us. And so today, we were playing Union Berlin in the DFB Pokal 3rd round, and then we're going to play Holstein Kiel. So this here, which I thought was some sort of international competition, no, it's the winter break. I didn't know Germany had a winter break. I thought they played through it. That's what I get for throwing myself into the save without doing a whole lot of research. It's a typical FM Jellicoe thing to do. So what I'm going to do is double check my best 11, set the reserves, and we're going to come back with our DFB Pokal match against Union Berlin in just a bit. So I've got 3 or 4 players who want new contracts. I'm just afraid to try and sign them a new contract because Something tells me they're going to want more money, and I'm going to have to. I'm not going to be able to meet their demands, and they're either going to walk away upset, or I'm going to have to cancel the contract negotiations, and they'll still walk away upset. So we've got Manzini goal, Kraus, Van Beek, and Decore are the defensive back three. Shad and Gennaro? That doesn't make sense. As the wingbacks? This is completely out of whack. Because usually it goes defenders, midfield, attacking midfielders, and strikers. But this is definitely not it. Anyhow, we'll take a look at the here after this real quick. Look at it right here again. So it's Mazzini in goal, Van Beek as a libero on support, Decore and Kraus as ball-playing defenders, Redondo and Shad as wingbacks on automatic, Smith and Gennaro as the box-to-box midfield and ball-winning midfielder, respectively, Ritter and Tawazi as the attacking midfielders, Spalvis up top as the pressing forward. If I wanted to, I could do something like this. Where you make this the pressing forward on attack, this the advanced forward on attack, and then you bring on well, you'd have to bring on Rosser, but I can't do that now because the game hasn't started. The issue with this is it leaves the center of the field really wide open because you play this really wide. You play this very wide. You got slightly shorter passing, a little bit higher tempo. You work the ball in the box. You look on the overlap. Let them be more expressive. Defensively, you're taking short kicks. You're counter-pressing. Out of possession, you're more urgent. You're staying on your feet when you're tackling. You're using tighter marking. Your defensive width is standard. Your attacking width is wide because you want to spread the defense out. And so far, that seems to be working. And I totally do not want to do that. So let me fix this again real quick. So Gennaro here, Smith back here, Spalvis back here. Take that, make him the box to box. Make Spalvis the pressing forward. So one of the other things I'm doing is running a couple of experiments, and so I downloaded the Wanna-Chup skin with the instant result button. It really helps out in some of these experiments where you don't want to sit through the whole games. Hamza takes a shot, Mazzini stops it. And they've still got that going on. Hopefully they solved the blinking issue. If they solve them, I'm okay with them rotating around like that. That's fine. It's when they're blinking all over the place that was driving me up a wall. Kraus. Up to Tawazi. Back to Kraus. Smith centers it to Gennaro. Feeds Ritter. Rounds the defender. Feeds Spalvis and he scores. That was a nice touch pass. So this is the Wanna-Chup dark skin with the instant result button. Those of you that have followed me know that I like trying out different skins and stuff like that. This year, I'm going to try and not be so frenetic with them. I'm going to try and stick with them for at least a season or two, unless they just have some errors that I can't fix and the developer just doesn't have any desire to fix as well. So, but that said, I do like the darker skins. Moser comes up, kicks it up to Jovanovic, back to Moser, to Friedrich. Gettner, out to Butler, Bolter. He takes the shot. Mazzini, a very nice stop. Looked like it was going out, but why risk it? Knocked back and forth, and Gettner gets the goal off the carom. We are all square. I also downloaded a 3D kit. Hopefully it won't get us into a ton of trouble. If it does, we can always take it out, but I like seeing it on the field. So the first version I downloaded was actually from 2 years ago. The game loaded up and I was like, that's not their jersey. Ritter from just outside the box. And Decore is there with a header, his first goal of the season. I really like him. He's been a good pickup, and for some reason, I can only sign him to a year-long contract. I think because he wanted to use the club as a stepping stone. What I should have done was sign him to a 2-year contract and transfer listed him, but that was not... that was an oversight on my part. Twazi. To Shad. Crosses, Ritter's there, and he sneaks it by Moser for the goal. That was nice. Nice volley kick by Ritter. Redondo crosses the top of the box, gets it to Smith. He tries crossing in, but it bounces off. Gennaro taps it back to Decore. Up to Redondo. Feeds Ritter. Back to Gennaro. Smith, top of the box. Out to Shad, all alone on the right. Twazi's there, off the post. Ritter recovers, and he's dispossessed by Ryerson and goes out for the Kaisersalutern corner kick. Ritter sends it in, knocked away, but Twazi's there. Cuts right, tries getting inside, but he's dispossessed by Hamza, and that's the highlight. And that is half, and we are ahead 3-1. Tell the guys I'm very happy with the way things are. This has turned into a solid game for us. And we are a bit more match fit than they are. Although Gennaro and Smith are going to be hurting here in a little while. And of course, my assistant comes up and says, hey, Gennaro and Smith need to be replaced. We need some fresh legs. The question is, do I have them? We'll find out. We'll get here about 65 minutes and then see what we can do. Twazi driving forward. Dispossessed. Friedrich, however, just knocks away, goes right to Decore. He feeds Ritter. Centers it back to Gennaro. Spalvis. Over to Redondo. He crosses into the box, tries crossing it in, but he bounces it off a Berlin player. Van Beek challenges Ingvarsson, but Ingvarsson runs around everybody. Feeds Orlson, and Mazzini, a very nice stop. Twazi, and that is the highlight. We are going to make a couple of subs here. Kraus is going to come on for Smith. Kubler is going to come on for Gennaro. Now, I just got to sort them out because I don't think Kubler's a good box-to-box or ball-winning midfielder. Kraus, on the other hand, is a decent ball-winning midfielder. Kubler, yeah, he's okay. He's 2 stars. We're going to save our last sub. About 13 minutes left. We're going to get Redondo? No. Can we get Redondo off? Yeah, we're going to get Redondo off. Bring on Lucas Kalala. 11 shots, 6 on target, 56 possession advantage. Kraus. Taps up to Shad. Almost dispossessed. Spalvis. Twazi. Kicks it all the way back. Van Beek to Kraus. Over to Kalala. He crosses it in. Oh, and who's my 33? Spalvis didn't challenge Moser, although there's probably a good reason why. Shad gets the carom off the long kick. Jovanovic, however, runs down that. Gets it to Olsen. He cuts inside towards the center of the field. Gets by one, takes the shot. That was ill-advised. He was just trying to make something out of nothing. Gieselmann throws it in. Olsen ends up with the ball. Back to Jovanovic. To Nosh. Knock. Olsen takes the shot. Mazzini is there. He's really turned into a decent keeper. He's been a little bit better than Spahek, although I did promise Spahek some more game time, so Spahek's going to start the next match. But after that horror show of a first game, Mazzini has really settled down. And that is the game. We beat Union Berlin 3-1. That was a good all-around performance. Received 702,000 euros. I am happy with that because Lord knows we need it. We're doing okay. Honestly, we're doing okay money-wise. I completely shot my foot off here. Holy smokes. Save this here really quick, and it will be really quick because they fixed this. One of the other things I have going on now, it's going to be an experiment. It's going to be a long time in the making. I have my old laptop, my old Alienware laptop, downloaded FM21 to it, took it offline, started Steam in offline mode, and I've got it simming. I created a coach, and I have it simming until however long it takes. And what I did was I have the English, the French, the German, the Italian, the Spanish, and Brazilian leagues loaded. Now, they're on view only, but I added the players to them, and it's a decent-sized database. Now, the issue is the laptop's 3 years old, 4 years old. 4 years old. 4 years ago, it was a great laptop. Now, it's a mediocre laptop, but it's got nothing else on it. It's not doing anything. It's been running for about a week. I mean, it's on the beta. What I should probably do is stop it, download the game now, and restart it again. But it's been going for a week, and we're about 90 years into the future. I saved it at 50, so it's going to be one of those things where we may not get exactly 100, 200, 250, 300, 500 years in the future, however long it goes before the database gets too big and it says, I can't do this anymore. But it's something I'm planning for. When I have 3 or 4 videos ready for it, we'll take a look at it. So I know there's some other streamers who are doing like 100 years in the future, 200 years in the future, and they're only loading one league, which is fine. I mean, if you want fast results, it's the way to go, to be sure. But it also kind of skews the results as well. Like Lelujo has a save going on now. It's really well done. But why wouldn't it be? It's Lelujo, where he just has England loaded. And so, of course, England is dominating everything. And I didn't want that. I wanted a little bit more realism, as it were. So, one of the things I am waiting for... Why do we not have a sports scientist? Because I haven't hired one. Okay, when is the next draw? It doesn't say. Might be somewhere in here. The transfer window closed. We had absolutely no transfer moves of consequence. Tom Gall. No, that was in August. Future transfers. I've got a couple players that are leaving on freeze. The one I'm kind of miffed about is Mark Deladova, because he has some potential. I couldn't keep him. Stuttgart came and made an offer for him, and I tried countering, and he was like, nope, I'm joining Stuttgart. So he's a 4.5-star quality player. And he's decent right now. So I suspect we'll be seeing him in the future. In what capacity, I'm not sure. But I'm going to stop this part here until we get to the Holstein game. If the next round of the Pokal draw comes up, we'll do that. So back in a bit. Well, we had some injuries in training. Nothing serious, but a couple of players, Gennaro, Kraus, one more. They're going to miss today's game. So we're going back to the 4-2-4. We got Spach in goal, Shad, Van Beek, Rieder, and de Cure as the defensive back four. Kraus and Smith as the midfielders. Twazi and Ritter as the attacking midfielders. Spalvas and Roser up top as the strikers. Oh, this is cool. This must be the... It's got to be the skin. That's really cool. And there's the standings. Not too shabby. Holston's down to 12th. They're a solid squad. We've got our work cut out for us. We're performing above expectations. Ritter with a corner kick. Knocked away by Wall. Rieder, however, is going to run... I hope he's going to run that down. Oh, look, blinking lights. Smith, all the way back to Spahik. Gives it away to Newman. Wall to Newman, back to Riemann. Thesker. To Otavio. He drives forward. I don't know what the 20 was thinking. Otavio, back to Mulling. Centers it to Nadang. To Mulling. To Nadang. Otto takes the shot, but it's wide and right and very, very high. Reese on the throw-in to Nadang. Reese gets it back Spahik came out, and it opened up just enough of a gap for Reese to slot it in there. What the heck happened there? Spahik was fine. Then he decided to come out, and he left a big enough gap there. Did he have to come out like that? I don't think so. Tawazi recovers, drives forward, gets by the defender, crosses it in. Ritter's there, and he gets his own rebound and puts it back past Riemann into the back of the net for the goal, and we counter almost right away. Nice effort by Tawazi. Throw in for Kiel. Newman. Knocked away, but Ndeng's going to run it down. Gives it back to Newman. Reese auto. And I wonder why. I guess they're saying Reese was offsides. I've yet to see a VAR decision be overturned. It could be just me. Spahik. To Reeder. Up in the crowd. Rosser can't get to it. Otavio runs it down and gives it back to Riemann. He sends it to Wall. Up to Ndeng. Over to Otanga. He cuts across the field. Gets it out to Gady. Top of the box. Otto. Back to Mulling. Out to Otavio. He crosses it in. Otanga. Jeez. Otanga was wide open. Oh, they both went up for the header. Okay. That's fine. 5 shots, 2 on target. They have 11 and 4. We have got to get this fixed. There have been no highlights this second half so far. We're a little bit past 60 minutes in, so we're going to make a couple of subs. I don't have anybody on a yellow card. That's kind of nice. We're going to get Reeder off and bring on Klein. We're going to bring Deladov on. I'm going to swap him with Spalvis. I would bring someone else on to replace Spalvis, but I don't know that I have another striker on the bench. I do not. So those are all the changes we are going to make for the moment. Decure to Deladov. Back to Decure. Over to Ritter. Somehow it crosses in. Kraus to Spalvis, but I think he's offsides. Yep. Such is life. And we lose to Kiel 2-1, unless this goes our way, which it doesn't look like it's going to because it's Mies. Gets it to Mulling, and his shot is wide right. Last chance. Spahik. Towards Spalvis. To Deladov. Back to Kraus. Get it forward. Oh. That was a little bit quick on the whistle. That was... So far, Stuttgart is running away with the league. They're 10 points ahead of Bochum and 12 points ahead of Stuttgart. The surprise teams are actually us and Erdogan, I believe. So if we go to the season here, where is it? Season preview. Here we go. Stuttgart and Bochum, Nuremberg were expected to be up there. Erdogan and us were expected to be relegated. Or in the relegation fight. So Dresden was not. That's interesting. But, you know, as you can see right now, if I go back, Dresden's down there. Both us and Erdogan are upper mid-table. You know, the goal is still finish higher than 12th. You know, as long as we do that, I'm okay. So we need to stop losing games like that, though. That was annoying. What are we going to do? We got a Pbkac third match coming up. This is quarterfinal. Okay, I have no idea who we're playing, but we'll come back for... Where's Dresden in comparison to Grutherfurth? We'll come back for Grutherfurth and whoever our quarterfinal is. It'll be two real good teams back-to-back, probably. So, we're doing okay. Frankly, if it wasn't for some self-inflicted wounds, we'd be doing a lot better. And just... This contract thing is just going to drive me up a wall because I could have prevented that. I should have prevented that. I didn't, and it's my own freaking fault. But that's how you learn. So, that said, if you did like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticism, comments. Leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM21. I thank you for watching.